Guys, we have to be really fast here. Time is running out. Altcoins starting to pop here left, right, and center. And I can tell you that the drop that we saw yesterday in Bitcoin was not the kind of drop that I'm looking for. So if you want to make potentially here a lot of money with us, as we do for the last 2-3 weeks already without any major losses, stick around here, make sure that you subscribe to the channel, like this video, also activate the bell. And now let me show you what I found. Let's start off with Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, as you can clearly see, had yesterday here a 10% swing from the upside to the downside to basically liquidate everybody to the upside and to the downside. Luckily, I got not caught in that chop. I had some altcoin positions where my heart skipped a beat for a second, but it was only for a second. And then I saw that they are kind of getting a grip again, and then it was fine, So, and remember, I had also a lot of stop losses. Luckily, none of my stop losses got triggered. So all my trades are, again, heavily in profit here. You see there's only green here on the screen, so which is actually nice to see here, and I believe that this is going to continue. So, but what was the reason for this drop here in Bitcoin? It is something that I was thinking about to mention for the last 2 days already on Twitter. I just didn't have the time to write up the post. But I want to show you something that has happened the last time, or something similar has happened the last time in 2017, 2018. And I had somewhere the article about this here from Cointelegraph. So that article was what I was looking for. So here you see Binance, Bitfinex, Bittrex temporarily say no to new users. So that was during the bull run. Here, with the surging price of cryptocurrencies, demand has reached a point where cryptocurrency exchanges are completely swarmed. This massive influx of users has led to major infrastructure concerns, leading to the temporary closure of the registration portals. Throughout the last half of 2017, digital currency exchanges have posted record numbers of user sign-up. Binance is reporting the addition of 250,000 users per day, with Coinbase, while Coinbase has reported numerous days of 100,000 plus user signups, and Kraken boost of 50,000 new users per day. So their technical infrastructure was not able to manage the influx of new people coming into the market, and due to ramping up their infrastructure, they were forced to close the registration. And I remember that on Bittrex, you got only in by invite. So they had, and on Kraken, it was like blocks, so you were like in a waiting list. So I can remember Kraken was one of the first platforms that I signed up for. And I did not get into that waiting list, but my friends got into it. So that's how I know about it. So, and that also shows you how long I'm around, So when I still remember stuff like this here, you trust me, you have not seen anything if you have not been around here for at least 6-7 years when it comes to a bull run, So I can tell you yesterday was the first sign of something like this here, shape or form, to be repeating itself, So because Binance, Qcoin, and which other platform was it? Binance, Qcoin, and Coinbase had also infrastructure problems because of the amount of people accessing their platforms. So, and for example, Coinbase had a problem where the app only showed $0. You had money in your Coinbase app. Yeah, so here they're saying, yeah, we are aware of that issue. You see Coinbase crushed on this post. You see here people writing first time, so Altcoin Daily was also around already 2017. So they know exactly what I'm talking about. So here you see zero, so here AMCrypto says I have $3.6 million on Coinbase. Now it's showing zero. What's happening 16 hours ago, so these are the kind of problems that exchanges are getting when they are not prepared for the masses that are trying to come to their platform to start trading. Doesn't matter if it's buying or selling, it's the sheer volume of people at the same time accessing their platform that is stressing their infrastructure and then basically breaking it. So, and I wanted to make that post on Twitter and say, when you see exchanges breaking again, then you know that we are really in a bull run and that retail is about to come back in. So because in 2017, that there was only retail in the market. There was an institution. You know, of course, we were all degenerates, you know, so and nerds, or whatever you want to call it, you know. So not a lot of people were aware about crypto like today, but you get what I mean, you know. So and yeah, it's starting again that exchanges are breaking when we see Bitcoin going crazy and the market going crazy, and these are the basically the confirmation that we are in a full-fledged bull run now. So and yeah, like I said, so that actually led to that drop in Bitcoin that we have experienced yesterday. And once it was clear where the problem comes from, Bitcoin basically recovered and went here back up. Of course, not to a new yearly high, because we went into $64,500 approximately, but we went today as high as $63,700, and it looks like that we are about to turn around and to try to go higher here again. So now the thing that you should keep in mind is that the RSI is still quite high, the MACD is still flying, the stochastic RSI is coming down. I'm not saying that we have immediately to break a lower again, especially not as long as we are holding here now $61,300. That you can see here right now that we are forming some sort of a temporary support level there, because we have, so here you see it, with here that kind of touching it, and then here also yesterday the drop came to it, and then here the last 4-hourly candle basically started off of that level and pushed back to the upside. So here's some temporary support right now, and the longer we start consolidating here, the more likely it is that we're actually going to see here further upside before we turn around. So I have potentially to change here a little bit the caution bias that I had, but only I will only completely change that if we can break here. Let me go to a weekly chart to mark this level out. So because we are close to it, it's insane, guys. It's insane what's happening here based on the ETFs. So basically here, that is one level that I'm looking at. To break here above $65,000, I believe that we can touch the all-time high. We have not necessarily to break it, but we can touch it. And if we break through that and create now a pre-halving all-time high, that would be insane. But remember, guys, every time when we test an all-time high, we get a really strong reaction of it. I want to show it to you guys here in 20, where was it? Where did we broke the all-time high? Here, in 2020 when you broke the all-time high. So we did not break it at the first attempt. So we did not break this here. Oh, it was 19,000, like 100 something. So you see, we did not break it here at the first attempt. It took 2 weeks before we actually broke through it, you know, so actually a little bit longer. So if we count here from that candle here where we really took off, it took 4 weeks, you know, of testing before we actually smashed through this. So I don't believe that we are going to see a weekly candle close above the all-time high level in the next 3-4 weeks. If you would get it, okay, crazy, you know, it can happen. But as long as we are not breaking the all-time high, I still expect here a rollover. You know, you should always expect the unexpected. That way you cannot get surprised, you know, because like I said, the indicators are still flying. But as long as Bitcoin is, as long as BlackRock is putting $500 million every single day back into Bitcoin, you know, so as long as they are not slowing down, this can go on for quite a while, you know. So until Bitcoin is so expensive that basically they get not as much Bitcoin anymore as they do now, you know. So and then they say, okay, it's getting expensive, you know. Let's say they get right now, they get like, what is that? 9,000 Bitcoin or something like that for the 500 million. So, and if they only get 2,000 at some point, you know, then they will be like, okay, we maybe should slow down here a little bit and let everything cool down, let it crash, and then we're gonna scoop the again up at cheaper prices, you know. So, but the problem is BlackRock has clients, so they might be not able to do that because it's client money that's coming in from institutional investors. So, and if they say keep going, they will keep going. They will take their money, So, but usually people that have that kind of money, they are not stupid, So if you can go to BlackRock and tell them, hey, I want Bitcoin spot ETF, BlackRock does not take a client with like $10,000, So they have a little bit more money. And yeah, if you have so much money, you are of course not as dumb as a monkey, so that you got actually to all that money. So they're smart people, So and these smart people, they also understand at some point something is overpriced and they should hold off a little bit, And that's most likely when we're going to see also then the market to cool off, unless there's a black swan event happening here. Until then, we will just keep going higher as it looks like for now. So, but the event yesterday led also to something else here, a funding rate flush. So finally, we got a flush here, and also the open interest in Bitcoin finally came here down. You see, we peaked here at almost 11 billion, and now we are again here at like around 10.1 billion dollars, something like that. So also here, the open interest came down, and when I'm looking then here at the liquidations, here you see that was yesterday here, the massive liquidations. You see on Binance 11 million, BYBIT 3.5, here OKX 44 million. So there were a lot of people crazy leveraged. Then they're about 3.3. So and yeah, that's basically it, So that was yesterday here, the crazy liquidations. And now, why do I not have that side open? Oops, CoinGlass. So also here, the funding rates. You see here, even though we got that flush, funding rates are still extremely high here across the board. Look here, on BingX, if you hold Solana for a year, you pay 155% in funding rates. That is crazy, So okay, it's also pumping today. Also Dogecoin is pumping, but still, So something like this, to see something like this is just in pure insanity. Here, the funding rate heat map. I think this has not really, yeah. So let's go to week here. No. Yeah, so this is still super hot, overheated. We did not see here any flush. So here yesterday, like I said, short-lived, here in this area, and then basically all the leverage came back and funding started to go up again. Now, when we are looking at the liquidation heat map, now we see here some shorts coming in all the way up to like $66,000. They're stacked up all the way up there. Let me see. Can we get them all? Yeah, like 65,667. Until there, we have shorts piled up. And here we have some long liquidation levels around 61,500. So I guess that are the people that went long yesterday on that massive drop here, and also everybody in between here, between 58,472 and 61,500. Everybody went long here on that drop. So, and here you see here's also some support from long liquidation levels coming in here. Let me actually, oh, okay, it's fine. Forget about it for a second. So now here on the weekly chart are also some levels that I'm looking at. If Bitcoin would be able to manage to close the weekly candle here in that area of 61,400 to $64,340, then I also expect next week to see the final push for Bitcoin to the upside. From a technical perspective, like I said, if BlackRock keeps just pumping money into the market, this will continue until they get bored, So, but for the time being, I have to look at the technicals that we are seeing here, So potentially next week could be the last final push. We have to see how high that goes, So this week we got a crazy push of like 27%. So this is crazy, 27%. If we get next week again that kind of move, So here 27%. So then we are at $80,000 for Bitcoin, so possible, so we have to see how things are developing. Again, if you're in Bitcoin, if you're already in Bitcoin, and then have definitely some tight stop losses. If you're not in it, I will not chase it anymore. There are better trades that we can do, and I'm going to show them to you in a moment. So, but if you're interested in Bitcoin and you really want to trade Bitcoin, then I give you 2 levels that you can watch from where I would long. So, and these are the ones that I just spoke about here. 61,400 as a potential entry if we get down to it, or 63,158. These are the levels that I would be watching in that scenario. So, and don't forget, guys, if you want to trade anywhere, do it on BYBIT. They used to get $30,000 absolutely for free, and you will support the channel by using my specific link here. Or if you want that I basically act as a fund manager on Margex, then use the link here down below. So there actually I can create strategies that are tailored to certain narratives and certain ecosystems. So I have to get a little bit more into it. So I hope I can deploy one strategy tonight. So the account is live. You find me under AMCrypto there, but I am not trading right now. So because I still have to get used to it. It's totally different than normal copy trading. That's why it takes a little bit of time. So and yeah, if you for some reason cannot use BYBIT, use BitGet or FAIRDESK for copy trading. All these links are down below, and doesn't matter which link you're using, you are supporting the channel, and that will help me a lot, especially that I'm trying to hire now more people to help me out here with the channel to bring you even more and better content. When we go back to Bitcoin here on the 12-hourly chart, you see here things are looking super overcooked here based on the indicators, but again, you can throw out the indicators out of the window as long as institutional money is coming in. The only thing here, again, technical perspective, this looks like an evening star pattern. If we close here in an hour as we are and see the price coming down, so that could be a reversal sign, but it's not there yet. It's not there yet. So we have to wait and see what's going to happen here. But remember, at some point the price is coming back to the EMA ribbon to test the EMA ribbon. So and that would be already like an $8,000 drop. So that is a crazy drop. And I believe that from here, if we would get that kind of drop over the next coming days, let's say the next 7 to 10 days, if we get it, that here when we are there is where you want to buy all your altcoins. If you've missed buying altcoins until now, that is the moment where you want to buy your altcoins, or where you want to buy the dip, also on Bitcoin. So this will be your golden opportunity when we're coming back to test the EMA ribbon, the upper band of the ribbon. Of course, as long as Bitcoin goes higher, the ribbon will follow suit. So it could be that in like 5 days, the ribbon will be close to $60,000, something like this. And then, yeah, depending where the price is, that might be then your retest, so with a potential bounce to the upside. So now I want to talk about altcoins, because there are a lot of altcoins right now that we need to talk about. Sorry, I am checking here in between always a little bit now on my trades that I have, because I'm just making so much money right now. It's insane. But anyway, so the Bitcoin dominance is coming down. That leads to that we have a lot of coins exploding right now. We have here the Bitcoin dominance retesting 54.31%. If we break that level, then yeah, most likely we are retesting here this downward sloping now support line, which was acting as resistance at 53.4. And from there, I still expect that we go here all the way down at some point to 48%. So that, of course, not in a straight line, it will not happen like that. But yeah, I would like to see here a break of that 54.29% level and continuation to at least 53.5% approximately. So as long as the dominance is going down and Bitcoin is going sideways or slightly up, altcoins will have a tremendous run for the time being. The total market cap is also here just blasting off to the upside. We are sitting here right now just almost at one of the last resistance levels that we have here. Actually, let me maybe make a zone out of this. think that might be more accurate to have a zone here. So here, this is the zone that we are looking at. More or less the same that we are looking at Bitcoin right now. So if we would break here above $2.3 trillion, it will just get more crazy, guys. It will just get absolutely more crazy here for all of us. When it comes to retracements, once Bitcoin will get that 20% correction at some point, and I believe a 15 to 20% correction is definitely happening at some point, then here $2 trillion will most likely flip into our support level. So we just pump here also like crazy to the upside. If we see a next week's candle also continuously pushing it to the upside, and we go like to $2.5 trillion or something, and turn around, then definitely here $2.2 trillion that will act as our support level. And remember, guys, if we lose $500 billion to the downside, if we are at 2.5 trillion, so that and we go back to 2 trillion, so that is $500 billion that is getting taken out of the market. So you have to understand, this will be a slaughtering of altcoins at that moment, and you don't want to be overexposed. So that's why I'm preaching for almost a week now that you should have your stops tight, just in case that the market is rolling over. Now, when it comes to the Ethereum Bitcoin chart, so of course Bitcoin is going up. That means here we go down for the time being. But as soon as this is turning around, and it is slightly turning around here because the dominance is going down, and this here starts to come up here. Once we are breaking this downwards trend line, it's full altcoin season, guys. So like I explained the last time when I spoke about this does not have to happen tomorrow. This can still take a couple of days, but once it's happening, rest assured, here is our target. 0.08 Bitcoin for 1 Ethereum is our target here to the upside. So here on the Ethereum chart, we have smashed one of our targets of $3,500. Remember, I told you this will be a tough level to crack for Ethereum. I made a lot of money here already on the way up. But the ultimate target, if we break through this, remains $3,625. So if you are still in an Ethereum trade, again, have your stops tight. I would have it like maybe here like $3,400. Because there is the potential that we go to 3,625 before we see also a retracement and potentially a blow off top here. When we are going in some of the altcoins that I spoke the couple other days about, so you see here AVI is already running here like crazy to the upside. I told you around $98. If we break that level, wait and see what AVI is going to do. And now you see here we are completely ripping to the upside. And your last chance was basically to get in at that level at $98 with that retest yesterday, with that drop here to the downside. So now the next level would be around here, $107 when we are starting to turn around or get a retest of that level. So that's what you are looking at, where I would open a small position, and then look how things are developing, and then add to my position if we get lower. If we go from here higher, then again you add a little bit to your position over here, and then my last entry would be basically around kind of like here. So then I would let this run to the upside for a swing position potentially. Then TIA is finally also breaking here above that $17.61 level that I was looking at. I was looking at this chart yesterday and saw something interesting, and that is that every time when TIA had a downward sloping consolidation phase and broke to the upside, it almost every time broke here for 30% to the upside or a little bit higher than that every single time. So here again, break, highest candle, see here almost 30%. So if we do this here now again at that level and we make a move of 30% roughly, here, So that brings TIA up to $22.80 before it then potentially goes down again, consolidates, breaks higher. So it looks like that TIA likes to do these downward sloping consolidation phases where you get in the downward sloping trend line and then the break to the upside. So we are at that breakout point right now. I'm also in a TIA position on 2 different accounts. The RSI is going to the upside. MACD is seeing here fading out selling pressure, and the stochastic RSI is also going to the upside. So things are looking bullish for TIA right now. Then here LDO, somebody asked me under the comments if I'm still in an LDO trade. So here, look at it. I'm up on this trade roughly $600 right now on LDO. I had closed the other one that was $30,000 in a profit. I don't know, can I show this here? Let me try. Position history. Oh yeah, I can. So here, there you see, for the people not believing, $30,000 on that trade minus the fee. So I came out with like $29,100 on that specific trade. And now I'll open another one, basically to rinse and repeat the whole thing. I got a good entry close to the old one, and trade is now back to the upside here. If you are looking for an entry, guys, I told you, retest of the golden ratio and slightly below is your entry if you want to trade this here again. And also here, break of this downward sloping resistance line. If you are still not in it, let me have a look here on the daily or on the 12-hour. That's a tough one. So if we can break $3.62, that would be a level where I would be getting in with a 1-hourly or 4-hourly close with a tight stop here around $3.52. And if we get a small pullback back into the golden ratio, then this will become your entry, $3.52, $3.47. So just wait for that. Then here, RNDR also got a nice breakout to the upside. We almost hit our target here of $8.55. We went as high as $8.31 yesterday. So we are here now again on the top of the resistance line of that ascending triangle that we broke out to. You saw here that we broke a little bit prematurely out yesterday here. Hence why we got also here this flash drop. So I wasn't surprised, because here, that area is the breakout area, so 85 to 95% completion of the triangle. That's where you want to see the breakout. So we got the real breakout just after the drop. And now we are consolidating here above the resistance line. So here I also expect further continuation to the upside to approximately $9.12. That's one of the short-term targets that I have. Then GRT is in a slight profit from where I gave the trade the last time. Here, imminent resistance is still 30.8 cents and 31.6 cents. Here we also have a little bit more room to go to the upside. So you see here, indicators are coming down. The stochastic is coming down while price is still going up. So that is a good sign, in my opinion. But what is not a good sign is that we have here on the daily a bearish divergence right now. So we have price going up, RSI coming down. So I want the RSI to pick up here again while the price is pushing higher. So if that is not happening and the RSI is continuing to go down while price is going up, at some point we are going to break it to the downside and will potentially come back to like 22 cents. So be aware of that. And that's again why I'm saying have your stops really tight right now. Then Polkadot broke also finally to the upside since I gave the trade. We are here at $8.76 more or less right now. Target remains at $9.67, $10 approximately. But also here we are a little bit overcooked on the indicators. So I would expect here potentially by tomorrow a small retracement. And if you missed your chance to get in, then potentially you get another one to get in at $7.91 or... Yeah, $7.91 is the level that I would be looking at to add to my positions to buy the dip or to open a new position if you are not in Polkadot. Then Matic, again, key level to watch, $1.475. We are just slightly below that. If we can close at least the 4-hourly candle above that, I will consider to take a long here on Matic. For the time being, I'm not interested, especially with that rejection from here $1.06. So I really want to see here this area. I want to see this to be smashed before I want to long here. Even though indicator wise we are looking good, you know, so also we have an upward sloping trend line here. Overall, I think, oh, come on. So if you are looking at this here, so upward sloping trend line. So as long as the trend is not broken, we will continue to go higher. Remember, the trend is your friend until the end. Then CAS is another one that I'm looking at right now. So this here is already ripping here once again. I don't know. Yeah, so we are potentially trying to go here again into price discovery. Here on the shorter time frames, you will not get an entry. So you basically have only one chance. Either you get in here at 18 cents 485, or you wait for a retracement to like 17.8, 17 cents 0.8 to get in, you know. So never chase the pump, guys. Remember that. If you get a 1 hourly close above 18 cents 485, that's where I would enter. I would not enter now. Just wait for that break to be confirmed if we get a break above it. Otherwise, on the retracement is your possibility to get in here. And here where the green line is, that becomes a stop loss at 17 cents 565. Then ICP also here, $13.56 is the level to watch. Once we break it, we're going to skyrocket here to the upside. In terms of targets, here $20.76 is the FIB extension level that I would be looking at. You see here the 0.65, 0.618 is more or less in alignment with that resistance level here. So I might... I would potentially even wait, if you want to play it really safe, that we break here above $13.95 before I would open a position. Then you can trade it to like $20.76. AMX, also one of the strong coins for most of the time in this market right now. Here also I'm looking at $3.48 for a break to long it, or for a retest of around $3 to add to my position here. Otherwise, I'm not really interested in this chop here in between. Of course, you can play that, you know, so you have here a range right now of what, 15%. So of course, within that range, you can make some money, but I like to play it safe, guys, you know. So because here I'm looking right now at some long-term positions that I want to build, you know, so, and I want to hold them a long time. So I really try to get the best entry possible. It will not be possible for all coins, you know, so, but I try to catch as many as I can. Then here ICX is another one, almost at 28 cents. I want to see a break of 28.75 cents before I would consider longing this, or a retest of 24.16 cents. Indicators looking overcooked, so this could also turn around once we're touching here this resistance. But here, for example, the 4 hourly, there's so much more room to go to the upside. So on the shorter time frames, it could just keep going in the shorter time frames, basically fueling this continuous upwards move here. Then the last one, we are actually through with everything. So it was today a little bit longer than usual. I know that, guys. Let's have a look quick where Bitcoin is. Bitcoin is at $63,000 approximately. So this is BYBIT. Just want to make sure. Yeah, approximately $63,000. I guess that's why some of my positions here are printing a little bit more than others. So for now, everything bullish. Not saying that that I believe that I'm wrong with the bigger correction that should be coming, but we have to play the trend. You know, the trend is your friend until the end. And let's see what's going to happen here. If we can break here $63,158 to move here higher, and we are really close to it, or if we see another rejection to the downside and the music stops to play for everyone. But until then, we can definitely play some altcoins and make some money. Guys, thank you so much for watching here once again. I hope I see you
again tomorrow. And don't forget, smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I'm going to see you then.